Hi there, welcome to Caffeinated Crafting. My name is Daniela, known as Caffeinated Gert around the interwebs. It is Saturday afternoon, March 19th. We're more than halfway through March already. That's crazy pants. And I'm here to share with you, to show you and talk about what I've worked on this week. I have two-ish finished projects. I said two-ish because one I'm not quite sure about yet. And we'll talk about that one first. So last week I mentioned that I crocheted a butterfly, and the pattern is by Lyubva Crochet. Lyubva. It's Lyubva Crochet, and the butterfly looks like this. Now, I'm pretty sure I should have used a smaller hook. Also, I have way too many points. So there was some serious user error, and I'm going to try this again because I'm pretty sure it was all me. Errors were made. However, I did get a cute butterfly out of it. It just doesn't look like the butterfly in the picture. So here's my very limp butterfly. I didn't do the body the way it said because at that point I was just like whatever. But anyway, so my very not so hefty butterfly. And he's damp. However, so I posted him as a finished project in my Ilvermorny class because I made him as part of the Horned Serpent House Challenge, which was to crochet something inspired by the Amazon, and I made the butterfly inspired by oh my gosh, hang on, blue, oh my gosh, it's a butterfly, it's a blue butterfly, oh my gosh, I just can't even remember the name now. That's terrible. Hang on, I'm going to find that real quick. I'm going to find it real quick. So I made it to, and the color looks like it. But obviously the butterfly itself does not, like the shape of it does not. Blue, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I can't remember the name of that. Sometimes I really worry about my memory is just so bad. There it is. Blue Morpho. Duh! Blue Morpho. It's a Blue Morpho butterfly. Although it does not look like this, but the color looks like this. Anyway, I posted it there, and they asked me what I was going to do with it. And I said, well, I had thought about putting it in a mobile, but now the way I made it, it's not going to work because it's too floppy. So one of the brilliant students suggested I get some Stiffy. She had used it to stiffen up snowflakes that she crocheted, and try that. And so I did. However, I just did it last night and it's not completely dry yet. And I may not have gotten enough of it like on the inside there. I might put some more on there. But the edges are stiff. So I feel like I rubbed it in well on the edges, but I need to do more in the middle. So I think when I get done, I'm going to put some more in the middle and then lay it out so it's kind of flat. Like I laid him over, I wore gloves to rub it in, and then I kind of put the glove underneath it to spread him out, but I think he needs to be more spread out as he dries. So then hopefully when he dries, he'll be kind of like this. Sort of like, you know, like he's flying. That looks really I mean, it still doesn't look great, but anyway, That's my, it didn't really work very well, finished project. That I am going to try again. I'm trying to decide if I want to try it again on my own or if I want to wait until Sharon is with me in case I have questions. I know I can't work on it when I'm with a group because can't talk and work on it at the same time because that's when errors were made. Pistachio's here and he's going to yell about it. I'm working on a secret project that I can't show you till the end of April, and but it has wings. I will say it has wings, and I used the stiffy on the wings, and they're dry pretty much. And I'll show you one, and it worked really well for this. So it could be that this is just like knitted stockinette fabric versus the thicker crocheted fabric. So I think maybe I just didn't use enough on here, and like I said, the middle of this is still wet and it really didn't stiffen up good until it got good and dry. So this could still stiffen up. I'm not gonna put any more on there until it's dry, and once it's dry, if it's not stiff, then I'll put some more on and we'll just do it twice. But the wings work great. So I can recommend this. It's already all mixed up. I know you can like mix concoctions for stiffening, but this is already all mixed up. You just rub it in. You can soak it, but it also says you could just rub it into the fabric, and you can use it on any kind of fabric. So thank you. So let me put those up. I don't want to lose them, and they're still a little, some of these are a little tiny bit of damp still. So butterfly needs a redo. Stiffy, yay. Wings are secret until April. I did finish my March gnome today after I scooch back because look how big he is. He's got a huge honkin' hat. So you will see, I talked about having this bright yellow that I wanted to use, but I ran out. So if you look close, I like started striping it in and then went to this more pale yellow up until the little leaf. And I'm really glad I did. I love how dimensional that makes him look. He's got a nice leafy beard and a little button nose. I love the ginormous bulbous hat. Like, it's just, I stuffed it on purpose to be more like, look how big it is, on purpose so that it would come out and then go back in. I just love the shape of that. I love it. I'm keeping this one. He's mine. I don't know that I would knit him again. Not because he's not amazing, because I really love him, but because all this is purled, and you all know I hate to purl. There's a lot of purling. I don't know if I love anyone enough to purl this much for them. I'm not sure. Maybe? I don't know. I really, really love how he turned out though. This one is called, and I actually knit him to pattern, which I didn't make any modifications, which is like unheard of for me. But this was the first time I had knit Gnome de Plume, so I wanted to make sure I followed exactly how he was supposed to look. So, and then, you know, next time around I could make modifications if I wanted to. The pattern for him is Gnome de Plume by Sarah Shira, who is Imagined Landscapes, and she has designed all the gnomes that I've knit. So if you like any of the gnomes I've knit that I've shared on Instagram or here or whatnot, they're all Sarah's patterns. And I'm doing a year-long knit-along with her group where I knit one gnome per month, and this was my March gnome. Felt he was very springy. I used up all of this yellow, all of this blue. I started a new skein for the green, but he needed the green beard. I love the colors I ended up picking with the big old yellow hat. I'm just really pleased with him. He is all done. So let's see what we actually worked on this week. I have Aidan Socks. They got a whole lot of love this week. Check that out. We watched the new Dune movie last weekend, and then I had a little bit of out and about knitting, so that was great for sock knitting. So this is where I was. So basically I have doubled this sock in the past week. I'm gonna go ahead and move my marker so we'll know where I am next week. Although I think the next thing I'm gonna do with this sock is cast on the second sock. So I can kind of have them around the same spot, ready for the heel, because I'm trying to decide, what to do for the heel. Now normally I always do a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I like that heel. I like how it fits. It's great. But he has a higher, I don't know if it's the higher instep. It's not really the instep. It's like the foot around. I feel like it's tighter for him. Like he needs a little more room to get the sock on and be comfortable. So I'm wondering if a heel flap wouldn't be better, because then I can make a deeper heel flap and I know how to adjust that. Where I don't know how to adjust that really with the Fish Lips Kiss heel. If any of you have done that, if you have adjusted the Fish Lips Kiss, I can never say that quickly. If you've adjusted that for a thicker heel, not heel, like the space around the foot from like the front of the foot to the heel, like that space, like we need a little more space there. It's like not really the ankle, but like where the heel to the top of the foot. If any of you have done that, or if you have a heel that if you're a sock knitter and you knit a heel that you like for someone with he doesn't have like, it's not like fat ankles. He doesn't have like fat ankles. It's just the depth of that. It's like he has a hard time pulling up the sock all the way because it gets tight through there. He just needs like just a little bit of wiggle room. Like I thought about maybe like just increasing a couple of stitches and then making the Fish Lips Kiss heel and then going back down, just so he has so that the heel is a little wider. That might be enough to do it. Not sure. I'm gonna have to think about it and play around with that a little bit, and I want to be able to knit both heels at the same time, so that if I make modifications, it'll be easy for me to do it at the same time, rather than make the modifications on this heel now and then forget what I did or not understand what notes I took when I get to the second sock. So I'm gonna knit the second sock to the heel and then do whatever it is I decide to do. So if you have suggestions for a great heel, I can stick in there. I don't really want to use a heel flap because it's self-strapping yarn and that's just not going to look as pretty. But I don't know. So that's why I don't know. If it wasn't self-strapping yarn, I would totally just put a heel flap in and you know, be done with it. But I don't want to break the stripes that much. I would rather not do a heel flap for that reason. Anyway, leave me a comment below if you have suggestions. That would be great. Also, I would like to say thank you for those of you that have been leaving me comments and having a little chit chat with me, because I really enjoy that. So socks got love, and they're in my Easter Bunny gnome hat, that Easter Bunny gnome bag that I don't know where it came from, but it's a birthday gift last year. I worked on my clapotis just a little bit, just enough that I finally got to drop my first stitch. So clapotis is by Kate Gilbert. It's from Knitty, I think like 2004. There are a bajillion Okay, that's exaggerating, not a bajillion. There are a lot of projects on Ravelry. People, there, like, so many people have made this shawl. It's like a rectangular shawl scarfy thing. And mine looks like this so far. Here we are. I left the marker down there, the pink one, because I couldn't remember if I showed you the progress since the pink marker, because I had finished the section 2, but then I don't know if I showed it after I finished section 2. So this week I put a new marker in, so I just knit from just like a little over an inch worth, but it was just enough to drop my first little stitch. So it's like, it's a parallelogram. You start in the corner, knit all the way up. So this is as wide as it's ever gonna be. And now it's gonna go up. And as you go up and cast off, because you can see here is like the corner. As this goes over, then you start dropping the stitches down, and that gives it a really nice texture and makes it all very squishy, because it actually does make it wider than this eventually because you're dropping those stitches, but as far as knitting, this is as wide as it gets. I don't know if that made any sense. It's a super fun knit. If you've never knitted clappertee, you should knit one because why not? I'm using Blue Moon Fiber Arts Socks That Rock in the Blue Moon, is it Moon Rising or Blue Moon Rising? Blue Moon Rising colorway. And I love Socks That Rock. I love their yarn. It's nice and squishy and fluffy, and that'll be fun to work on some more. And it is in one of my fringe bags. It's in one of the great big one, because that was handy. And I think, yes, that's all I worked on today, this week. I did work on my mystery project, but I can't show you that yet. But I feel like I got a lot done this week. I'm super excited that my gnome is finished, and I love how he turned out. I'm going to focus the rest of the month on finishing things up or working on things that are on the needles. Besides that butterfly is haunting me. I feel like I need a do-over on the butterfly. And I'll do that soon-ish, before I just decide not to do it at all. I did find some other butterfly patterns to try out, and I did get credit for it in my Ilvermorny class, and I guess that's all that matters. And I feel like those little Ilvermorny projects that are kind of like in between things like this are great for trying out something new that, you know, I wouldn't have tried that otherwise. And it's definitely a learning experience, and what more could I ask for, right? Than to learn something new, whether it's good or bad. Like, you know, sometimes it's, yes, you should do this, and sometimes it's, no, that was not the way to go. But anyway, here we are done for the week. I hope you have a great one. Happy crafting. Stay warm or cool depending on where you are. If you're in Tennessee, maybe both, because you never can tell from day to day. I will see you guys next week. Bye.